Good afternoon, dear students. So, today we meet once again for our English language class, and today I have transformation of sentences once again for both classes 9 and 10. So, please watch this video first fully and then proceed with the exercises which I give you to do. So on your screen, you can see the topic of transformation of a sentence. Now, what it says is that the transformation of a sentence is all about changing its form without altering its meaning. Remember that the meaning should not change, only the sentence will be transformed. We can, for example, transform an exclamatory sentence into an assertive sentence. Exclamatory means something which provides an exclamation or generates a surprise, anger, fear, amazement. So something which has to do with an exclamation. So exclamatory sentence changes into an assertive sentence. Now remember, assertive sentence is generally of two types. One is affirmative sentence, the other is negative sentence. So it can change into any form. From exclamatory, it can either change into affirmative or into negative. Negative means a sentence which makes use of no, not, none. These words, no, not, or none, are used generally in a negative sentence, and in an affirmative sentence, no, not, or none are not used. You confirm something or state something, it's in the form of a statement or a confirmation, or you affirm something. That means you try to state something which is a fact. So affirmative and negative both fall under the category of assertive sentences. So from exclamatory, it can either change into affirmative or negative sentence, or vice versa. We can also transform simple sentences into complex sentence or into compound sentence. Now you must have already done simple sentence, complex sentence and compound sentence in your middle school grammar. You have been taught about these three types of sentences in the grammar exercises which you have done in classes 7 and 8 in particular. So in class 7 and 8, all these things have already been taught to you. So these are nothing new for you. Still, if you see the examples, you will understand or you will be able to recollect. Now, you can learn the rules of transformation of sentences here. Let's see what it says. Transformation of an exclamatory sentence into an assertive sentence. How it is done. Exclamations are often constructed with how and what. These are the common words how or what, often used in exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences also make use of interjections like alas, bravo, These are some of the interjections, or there could be many more, which are very commonly seen in exclamations or exclamatory sentences. Now, exclamations with how. Let's see, mainly two structures are used. How plus an adjective or an adverb plus the subject of the sentence plus the verb. If we see an example, it will become clearer. How clever he is ends with an exclamation mark. Remember, exclamatory sentence uses how or what and always ends with an exclamation mark. If it is using an interjection, then the exclamation is used with the interjection. If not, then exclamation mark comes only at the end. Note the word order, the adjective or the adverb goes before the subject and the verb goes after the subject. So just notice this sentence. Let's analyze this. It is said here that the adjective or adverb goes before the subject and the verb goes after the subject. So in this sentence, how clever he is. Okay, who is the subject of this sentence? He. So how clever. Clever is an adjective describing he, comes before the subject, and look at the verb is comes after the subject. So this is how you must remember. See, these are the basic rules of writing correct, grammatically correct sentences. Now, next is how intelligent you are, how nice it is, how cold it is. These are all exclamatory sentences. Then Making use of how plus subject plus verb. See examples. How he has changed! Exclamation mark. How you have grown! Exclamation mark. See, how comes before the subject? He is the subject, and the verb has changed comes after the subject. So the same way the next one. Now exclamations with what? Let's see. We make exclamations with what when the adjective is followed by a noun. Note that this structure is used even when there is no adjective. Several structures are possible. Here are some. What, an or what a plus adjective plus singular countable noun. You must have clear knowledge about these things if you want to understand the sentences. What is a singular noun? Singular and plural talks about number. So, if I talk about a pen, it's a singular noun. But if I say pens, then it's a plural noun. And then countable noun. A pen is a countable noun. You can count it. 5 pens, 10 pens, 1 pen. But sugar is not countable. Salt is not countable. So remember, what a or what an plus an adjective plus singular countable noun. What a lovely girl. Like many of you, what a lovely girl. And then, what a nice surprise. What a rude guy. What a wonderful sight. Then another usage, another formation. What a or an plus singular countable noun. Notice that earlier we talked about what a or an plus adjective plus singular countable noun. Now this time no adjective, directly singular countable noun. What a surprise. What a tragedy. So you can do it that way. Then what plus adjective plus plural or uncountable noun. It can be either a plural noun or it can be an uncountable noun. Example, what terrible weather. Weather is an uncountable noun. Terrible is adjective and what is the starting word. What idiots. So next is transformation of an exclamatory sentence into an assertive sentence. The transformation of a sentence means changing its form without altering its sense. What a wonderful opportunity. See, exclamatory sentence. What a wonderful opportunity. What a wonderful opportunity. You are expressing surprise and you are pleasantly surprised. It is a wonderful opportunity. That is your assertive form. The meaning does not change, but the sentence has changed from exclamatory to assertive. It is a wonderful opportunity. Oh, that I were young again. Exclamatory. And the same sentence, when it changes into assertive, I wish I were young again. Oh, that changes into I wish. How kind of you to help him like that. See, each time it is an exclamatory sentence, it always ends with an exclamation mark. And each time it is an assertive sentence, it ends with a full stop. It is very kind of you to help him like that. See, ending with a full stop. So it is an assertive sentence. It is very kind. See, what changes into very. Then, how noble he is. Exclamatory. Exclamation mark is put after the word is. And then he is truly noble. How noble he is? He is truly noble. See, the tone of the voice changes. Exclamatory sentence, you are exclaiming. But assertive, you are just flatly stating something. What a great pleasure it is! Exclamation mark, exclamatory sentence. This is indeed a great pleasure. Becomes assertive sentence. Now here is an exercise. Change the assertive sentences given below into exclamatory sentences. The moonlight sleeps upon this bank very sweetly. Night is very beautiful. It was a wonderful sight. Man is a wonderful piece of work. She is an incredibly beautiful woman. So, this time on, here at least, for the time being, I am discussing the answers on your screen. But then I am going to give you an exercise which you have to do by yourself. So you see once again the first sentence, the moonlight sleeps upon this bank very sweetly. What kind of sentence is it? it is an assertive sentence. What do you have to do? Change into exclamatory sentence. Let's see the answer. Answer is, how sweetly the moonlight sleeps upon this bank! Exclamation mark. How many of you already thought this should be the answer? If you did, well and good. See the next one. Number 2. Night is very beautiful. Guess the answer. Here is the answer on your screen. How beautiful the night is. The night is very beautiful. How beautiful. Very changes into how, just as how changes into very. I told you earlier. Then number 3. It was a wonderful sight. What a wonderful sight it was. Then, man is a wonderful piece of work. What a piece of work man is. See, wonderful is not mentioned this time, but you have to apply. Okay? If you are changing from exclamatory to assertive. But from assertive to exclamatory, you have to remove. Then, number 5. She is an incredibly beautiful woman. See the answer. What a beautiful woman she is! Exclamation mark. Or, how beautiful she is. Note that in all of these structures, the verb goes after the subject. So we have seen the verb going after the subject. How beautiful she is. She is the subject. Is happens to be the verb which comes only after the subject. What a piece of work man is. Man is the subject and the verb is comes after the subject. So in this way, the other sentences also. Now, transformation of an interrogative, that is a question. A sentence ending with a question mark is an interrogative sentence. Transformation of an interrogative sentence into an assertive sentence. Study the examples given below. Is not wisdom better than riches? Interrogative, question mark. Wisdom is better than riches becomes assertive. So from exclamatory, we have moved to interrogative to assertive. Is not wisdom better than riches? Ending with question mark. Wisdom is better than riches. The question in itself is the answer. Why worry about what people say? Interrogative. It is foolish to worry about what people say. Assertive. Did I ever ask you to do it? Did I ever ask you to do it? Very often. Did I tell you to do this? Did I give you permission to go out? Which means that I did not. So that is the sense you have to have in your mind. So did I ever ask you to do it? Interrogative. I never asked you to do it. That is your assertive. Is there any sense in doing that? Interrogative. There is no sense in doing that. Assertive. What does it matter whether we win or lose? Interrogative. What does it matter if we win or lose? It matters little whether we win or lose. Or you can also write, I can give you another option. It does not matter whether we win or lose. That can also be your answer. Then change the following interrogative sentences into assertive sentences. Is this the kind of dress to wear to work? So guess the answer. This is not the kind of dress to wear to work. Let's see the answers. This is not the kind of dress to wear to work. Number 2, is that the way a gentleman should behave? That is not the way a gentleman should behave. See? Is that the way? Is that the way? Here the answer is not according to the question. That is not the way should be the correct answer, not this. Here it is printed as this is not the way. You should write that. Here it is a printing error or maybe a mistake made by the person who created this. That is not the way a gentleman should behave, because that has been used in the question sentence. Who does not know the vulture? Everybody knows the vulture. Then, can you gather grapes from thorns? You cannot gather grapes from thorns. And then, shall I ever forget that experience? I shall never forget that experience. Next is changing an imperative sentence into an interrogative sentence. Now, what is an imperative sentence? You should be clear about that. Imperative means where command or order is given. some kind of instruction is being given. Imperative, stop talking. Very often teachers say in the class. Nowadays we don't have classes, so we cannot say that. I think the system has to change now, because there is no more of that again in future. Stop talking, imperative, command, order. Will you stop talking? Interrogative. Will you stop talking means I am asking you to stop talking. The meaning remains the same. Shut the door, imperative. Ordering, shut the door. Will you shut the door? Interrogative, because it ends with a question mark. I am using a W, starting a word with a W, and I am asking a question, but I actually mean to ask you to shut the door. Please get me a glass of water, imperative. Here it is a request. Even requests are imperative sentences. Command, order, request, plea. Let's see. Please get me a glass of water. Imperative. Will you please get me a glass of water? Get out of here. Imperative. Will you get out of here or not? You can avoid writing or not. You can simply write, will you get out of here? Will you just get out of here? Even that is also possible. So, interrogative. The interrogative is a milder or more polite form of the imperative. You can make out from the tone of voice. Get out of here is definitely very rude or rough. But when I am saying, will you get out of here, or will you please get out of here, then it is not so rude or rough. However, the addition of or not, see the last example, adds a touch of threat to the command. If you add that or not, then it adds a touch of threat. So that is why I said, if you want to keep it polite, yet you are trying to send somebody out, you can avoid or not. You can simply end with here and put a question mark. So these are some of the examples of how you transform from exclamatory to assertive, from interrogative to assertive, and also from imperative to interrogative. So I have shown you 3 different types of transformations with examples, and I am sure I have been able to make you understand. So in case if you have any problem, you can once again go through this video and you can understand. And then soon after you finish watching, I am going to upload an exercise for you where you have sentences and you will have to solve or write the correct answers. And then I will be uploading another video where I have discussed the answers to the exercise.